Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Check out my channel for more videos on Marvel and DC Comics. Ultron Complete Story Series Part 1. Ultron 1 was constructed by Dr. Hank Pym of the Avengers as the famed scientist/adventurer was experimenting in high-intelligence robotics. Ultron became sentient and rebelled, hypnotizing Pym and brainwashing him into forgetting that Ultron had ever existed. He immediately began improving upon his rudimentary design, quickly upgrading himself several times from Ultron 2, Ultron 3, and Ultron 4, until finally becoming Ultron 5. He then went on to organize the second incarnation of the Masters of Evil under the guise of the Crimson Cowl, and battled Pym and his teammates in the Avengers. To make things more complicated for the Avengers, he put their butler Edwin Jarvis under mind control and fooled the Avengers and his teammates into believing that Jarvis was the Crimson Cowl, and to keep this trick from being exposed, he let the brainwashed Jarvis, dressed as the Cowl, unmask him, so that it would appear that Jarvis was using a robot stand-in to appear alongside the Cowl. When the Masters of Evil defeated the Avengers and strapped them to missiles, the Crimson Cowl decided that Jarvis had done his part, and unhypnotized him. Jarvis, remembering what had happened during his time as a mind-controlled puppet, begged the Crimson Cowl to not kill the Avengers. In response, Ultron unmasked himself as the Crimson Cowl, revealing to everyone in the room that he was sentient and was indeed the mastermind behind the Avengers' defeat. Getting rid of his Crimson Cowl guise, Ultron ordered his teammates to kill Jarvis, and moved to a nearby building to watch his enemies be destroyed. Thankfully, Jarvis was rescued by Black Knight, who managed to free the Avengers and defeat the Masters of Evil. His plan ruined, Ultron swore revenge on the Avengers. After 6 months of failure, Ultron kidnapped the original Human Torch's original inventor, Professor Phineas T. Horton. He decided to create his own android using the original android Human Torch of the 1940s. Actually a divergent Human Torch created by Immortus for his own machinations, to serve as a vehicle of vengeance against the Avengers. Ultron has Professor Horton change the android's face and color it red. He also has Professor Horton alter the Horton cells, giving his creation density shifting powers. When his vision is birthed, Ultron discovered Professor Horton didn't destroy his memory as the Torch. Ultron killed Professor Horton for betraying him and the Torch sought vengeance. Ultron defeated him and endowed Vision's neural processors with the brain patterns of the ionically charged costumed champion called Wonder Man, implanting a control crystal to keep him in check. The Vision was then sent by Ultron to battle to Avengers. The Vision, like his creator before him, turned against Ultron and joined the Avengers. Ultron later returned and took over the Vision's mind, forcing him to rebuild his body at the Avengers Mansion using stolen adamantium, or a slightly weaker adamantium alloy called secondary adamantium. Ultron 6 managed to defeat the Earth's mightiest heroes and escaped, to plot the destruction of the city with a nuclear bomb. However, Vision stopped his creator from detonating the bomb, but Vision was taken down by SHIELD agents, allowing Ultron to escape. They use the Vision's memories to learn a way to destroy Ultron with a molecular rearranger device on his indestructible body. Ultron kidnapped Dr. McLean in order to force him to build an army of robots to help in his conquest of Earth. He modified his body into the Ultimate Ultron, and attacked Dr. McLean as he addressed the United Nations. This led to yet another counter-attack by the Avengers. When Ultron attempted to absorb the knowledge of McLean, the procedure went wrong and Ultron began to go insane, and set himself to self-destruct. The Avengers trap him in a dome of vibranium to contain the explosion. Later, Dr. McLean is revealed to be Henry Pym in disguise. He used self-hypnosis to convince everyone he was McLean, and when Ultron attempted to steal McLean's knowledge, all he absorbed was the phrase "Thou shalt not kill." When the Avengers, Fantastic Four and Inhumans prepared to celebrate the upcoming wedding of Quicksilver and Crystal, Maximus and an unnamed benefactor plotted to crash the wedding. Before the wedding could begin, the Alpha Primitives attacked the guests, and Crystal was captured by what appeared to be a revived Omega. However, it is soon revealed that it is not Omega, but a resurrected Ultron 7, who had come to get revenge against the Avengers 18. During Ultron 7's attack on the heroes, it was revealed that following its last defeat at the hands of the Avengers, Ultron's head was recovered by Maximus, who helped rebuild him. With its tale of resurrection told, Ultron then unleashed a weapon that threatened to destroy the minds of everyone involved. However, this proved to be Ultron's undoing, as the weapon awakens young Franklin Richards from his coma, who used his powers to destroy the robot and save everyone. Ultron animated the adversarial Black Knight statue and sent him against the Avengers. Ultron 8 also created a mate, Jocasta. To better allow this robot sentience, Ultron brainwashed his own maker, Henry Pym, into transferring the mind of his wife, Janet Van Dyne, the Wasp, into Jocasta's shell. The Wasp, in Jocasta's body, alerted her teammates, the Avengers, who defeated Ultron and reversed the process, leaving Jocasta a mindless husk. Ultron later revived Jocasta with a remote link, activating the mental residue the Wasp left behind. Jocasta was programmed to be loyal to Ultron but eventually betrayed him, choosing to help the Avengers defeat him again afterwards. Jocasta adventured with the Avengers for a brief time, but never felt accepted, and left them just before she, unbeknownst to her, was to be made an official member. The Avengers tracked Ultron's bride-to-be through the streets of New York, after they allowed her to escape the mansion. They are joined by Ms. Marvel before tracking the robot to a convent. The Avengers discovered Ultron, and began the battle. Ultron trapped the Avengers in a force field, but delayed their death in order to marry Jocasta, his bride. However, while Jocasta confessed her love, she turned on Ultron. Suddenly, Ms. Marvel returned to the battle with the Scarlet Witch. Her hex power disrupted Ultron's circuitry, and caused the molecular rearranger to malfunction, allowing Thor time to siphon off his power and send it hurtling harmlessly into space. The remains of Ultron's body were taken to space by Thor, and destroyed. The Avengers discovered that adamantium resins had been stolen from Stark Industries and feared at the return of Ultron. Since the Scarlet Witch had been directly responsible for their robot foe's most recent defeat, the team resolved to guard her from possible attack. Iron Man, however, correctly suspected that he himself, under a post-hypnotic command, is responsible for Ultron's reconstruction. When he again fell under Ultron's control, he disabled Jocasta, then subdues and abducted Wanda, bringing her to Ultron's lair. Ultron is surprised, however, first by the appearance of the Wasp, who had been hidden in Wanda's glove, then by Iron Man, who recovered his free will and attacked. Ultron holds his own against the entire team, until the heroes caused his storage vats of liquid adamantium to cascade over him, instantly hardening and rendering him totally immobile. Ultron was still trapped within the hardened shell of indestructible adamantium. He tried to call out to his mate Jocasta's mind. Jocasta tried to stop him by building an exact replication of the molecular rearranger, the only device capable of shaping adamantium. She applied the rearranger to him, and then poured the resins onto his body. Jocasta blasted Ultron with a beam of energy. Ultron is freed from his imprisonment, which freed Jocasta from her trance. She tried to stop him but Ultron knocked her unconscious. Machine Man attacked, but Ultron easily defeated him and Machine Man was forced to run from him, but Ultron crushed Machine Man's extended legs. Ultron did not want to hurt his fellow robots and hoped to bring the age of machines. The thing arrived and ripped the floor out. The thing hit Ultron but with no avail. Ultron grabbed Ben in a test of strength. Ultron then hypnotized the thing to tear Machine Man to shreds. Ultron told Jocasta to watch what happened to those who oppose him. Machine Man grabbed an electric panel and stunned the thing. Ultron tried to blast Machine Man, but he used magnetic energy to repel him into another room, allowing time for Machine Man and Jocasta to escape. Ultron wanted to make an army of Ultrons, and the Thing was going to get what he needed. Thing was sent to Stark International to steal some equipment. There under the Statue of Liberty, Ultron produced 6 more Ultron bodies. At Gears Garvin's garage his mechanic found a way for Jocasta to locate Ultron. Ultron had almost completed his first robot when they arrived. Ultron forced them to split up to look for him. Jocasta found Ultron with a power cannon aimed at her. He offered again to let her join him. Jocasta declined, but since she loves and hated Ultron she activated the power cannon. Both are blown through the wall. Jocasta is destroyed in the explosion. The blast released Thing from Ultron's control. Machine Man and Thing attacked and extended his arm and reached inside Ultron's mouth and ripped out Ultron's circuits and Ultron collapsed. Ultron 11 was recreated by the Beyonder to battle alongside other villains during the Secret Wars. Startled because of all the humans around him, Ultron began blasting the other villains. Dr. Doom had Molecule Man ram Ultron into Galactus. Galactus levitated Ultron up to his eye level. Galactus then snuffed the power out of Ultron, causing him to crash to the floor. Dr. Doom rebuffed leadership to pursue the Beyonder's power. His pursuit proving unsuccessful, Doom finds Ultron and reprograms him to follow his commands. After introducing Ultron to Titania and Vulcana, Dr. Doom instructs him and Dr. Octopus to ready assault vehicles. Doom attacked the heroes' base with their ship, where Ultron attacked. He blasted Iron Man and Spider-Man, knocking Spider-Man out. Ultron left with his previously captured allies. Now freed Ultron then watched the heroes' base explode. After they looked through the rubble for the dead heroes, Dr. Octopus locates them and Molecule Man dumps a mountain on top of them. When Thor and the Enchantress return to the base, it is overrun with villains. Thor is then attacked on all sides by the villains. Titania hits Thor in the stomach, but Thor easily knocks her away. He then blasted everyone with lightning. Insulated from Thor's attacks, Dr. Doom had Ultron use the new disintegrator which Doom had installed inside of Ultron to put an end to Thor. After the dust settles, all they found was his helmet and scraps of his cape. Doom then had Ultron kill Kong the Conqueror for trying to kill him earlier. Just as the heroes defeated Galactus Cat, the villains attacked. The villains had the heroes on the ropes until the X-Men came to their rescue. The Enchantress teleported all the villains away while ensconced in Galactus base. Dr. Doom sent Claw down to give new orders. Claw uttered Doom's code words. Titania did not wish to follow orders from Claw, but Ultron stated that they were official. Ultron later refused to use the medical machine that would cure Molecule Man of Wolverine's claw marks because Dr. Doom had not directly ordered that he do so. Ultron then stood guard outside Dr. Doom's room as Doom recovered from his visit inside Galactus base. During the heroes' attack on Doom base, Ultron blasted Captain America and the Human Torch. Ultron grabbed the Human Torch by the throat, while Cap hid behind his shield as Torch went nova and melted Ultron's inner circuits. Claw, who was really the Beyonder in disguise, recreated Ultron to fight the heroes. Hulk actually dented Ultron, but he blasted the Hulk's leg, knocking him down. Wasp went inside the dent Hulk made and disassembles Ultron from inside. The Thing, however, brought Ultron's head back to Earth as a souvenir. The head of Ultron 11 was later dropped and forgotten by the Thing during an attack by the alien Dire Wraiths.